Okay, everybody, let's take a look here at these sentences which we are to repair. Now, the first thing you probably noticed as you were going through these is that these are a lot more difficult than the examples that we worked with in the initial lectures, and that's part of the point. These are much more challenging. So, the first sentence, Governor Henry McMaster of South Carolina said he is not convinced a gas tax is needed to repair the state's old crumbling roads. However, Governor McMaster is certain the state needs to cut spending in some programs, which he did not name, to spend on road repair. Now, if I go in and I look, what I see here is however. And if you remember what however is, it's a conjunctive adverb. Now, what do we have in front of however? We have an independent clause, right? And then what do we have behind? An independent clause. Can this comma be here all by itself? No. What does that make? It makes the comma splice. Now, what do I do? Watch this, everybody. I'm going to just turn this comma into a semicolon. And then guess what? Fixed it. Wow. Now, this is a little clue, helpful hint, KIS. You've probably heard that before. Keep it simple. Anytime that you can fix a foul with just a single punctuation mark or by adding a single word, do it. Reason being, if you have a foul and you start to get complicated in your repair, you might cause another error to occur. Now, number 2. McMaster likened the state's budget to someone trying to lose weight. He said recently that South Carolina is going to have to go on a diet as far as spending is concerned. Now is not the time to eat desserts. Whew. Goodness. That's obviously, right? Yeah. The run-on. Now, where do we have the run-on occurring? Where do we have it? Boom. Right in there. Right? So what could we do here? Lots of different ways to fix this. So right in between wait and he, let's use everybody's favorite, comma, and, boom. And then we fixed it. Simple as that. Let's take a look at the third sentence. South Carolina's previous governor, Nikki Haley, is now serving as the United States ambassador to the United Nations, located in New York. Like former Governor Haley, McMaster does not favor tax increases, supports spending taxpayer money wisely and not wasting. Oh, something's going on here, guys. Something's going on. Now, let me change to my highlighter. Right? Does that, what I just highlighted, by itself make sense? And the answer is no. What is that? Whoa. Sorry, guys. What is that? That is a sentence fragment. Right? Now, does this have a sub? No, so it's not a dependent clause, it's a phrase. How can I fix this phrase? Watch this. I'm going to have to add what it's missing, which is a subject. He, and then I'm just going to go in and lowercase my s. And that double underline, anytime you see that in a paper, that means that whatever's double underline needs to be either uppercase or lowercase. So that indicate that we need to lowercase the s. Are we done? I don't think, guys, we're done with this sentence. I think there's something lurking in here. Reason being, look at all these commas going on. So now, What about this comma after governor and after Nikki Haley? Is this okay? Yep. What about the comma after United Nations and after New York? Oh, now we're seeing something going on. Boom. What does that make right there, guys? That comma right there makes the comma splice. Good. Now, let's change this comma into a semicolon all by itself. And we fixed it. Okay. Now number 4. However, the South Carolina House of Representatives does want to raise taxes. The Senate does not. As a result, many are expecting heated arguments in Columbia, South Carolina, as representatives try to find solutions to our crumbling roads. Now this, right, we open up with a complete thought. And then what do we see? A comma. That does not work. Comma splice. The Senate does not. That's another complete thought. What do we have here? As a result, whoa, we have some serious stuff going on here, guys. Wow, 2 comma splices in the same sentence. We're grounded for the weekend. How are we going to fix this first one? Let's fix this everybody's favorite way. Let's leave the comma and drop in everybody's favorite conjunction and. Now, what is as a result? If you look on your handy-dandy sentence structure reference sheet, you'll see it's a transitional phrase by law. What has to happen here? Semicolon and then comma. Very good. So we had those 2 comma splices in that sentence. And then, let's take a look at the last one, number 5. McMaster is facing a tough choice. Since he became governor in midterm, he is facing an election in 2018, so voters are watching him closely. Any misstep he makes will give his opponents an easy campaign issue to remind voters about. Did you see that? What's that? Since is a sub. Right? We have a dependent clause standing by itself. Can this happen? And oh no, what does this make? This makes the sentence fragment. Now this is the dependent clause standing by itself, so what we need to do is to figure out which independent clause to join it to. Which independent clause finishes the thought? Boom. This one. So what happens to the period? Turns into a comma. And what do we do to the capital H? We lowercase it. And then, guess what, guys? We fixed it. Very good. So, what do we have there? Those are the sentence structure errors, the fouls, comma splice, run-on, and fragment.